Hi, Karthik.
Yo, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, good.
Are
Uh,
we are we live?
we are live,
Oh,
so
perfect.
welcome everybody to another episode of Weekly Squeeze. Your host, E.O.Breakers and Karthik. Um,
Hey guys, welcome back again.
all right. So I was thinking, Karthik, I actually do have a hard stop at at 10. So, but I think we have a full agenda. I think we'll look at crypto very quickly.
Yeah,
Um, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. And then I'm very curious about your perspectives for the week, and then perhaps we cover some of the specific stocks as well, based on.
all right, perfect. You're still going to cover the money calendar for the week, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll cover my calendar
okay,
definitely. October is all green, so we'll see what that means.
awesome.
All right. Let me just share my screen so we can take a look at Bitcoin very quickly. It was doing pretty well, and now it's pulling back. So we'll see what that means. Um, so let's see. So if we look at the daily chart, um, let's see. I'm excited about this. We're about to break out of this triangle, the range, and top of the range. We actually did go up, but we didn't stay up, so that's a little concerning. But if we can go, go above 48, kind of 200 to 500, and then actually stay above it, that would be great. We go up, we come down and do test this, and boom, we go up to all-time highs. The market cipher, the squeezes, green money flow, VWAP positive, that's all like indicative of, um, continuation of this move. So this green dot here indicates, somewhat similar to this over here, you guys see. So if we
Yeah,
do this is what I expect. We go up, basically. So we go up, we do this, and then we kind of go like this. So that's what I'm expecting. Somewhere around 53K, we're gonna have resistance, but I, I'm pretty bullish with, I think similar type move is possible, unless we kind of roll over and then come down and retest this. That's the other option. Basically, we just roll over tonight, come down here, and then go like this. Looking at the futures, it's possible. Like Bitcoin and futures are pretty correlated. Whenever I see Bitcoin pulling back, I see futures are going, especially Nasdaq, going down as well. So hopefully, at some point, that correlation disappears in the future.
yeah, that's a good point. One of the reports that I trust and read over the weekend, I did see on Bitcoin two daily closes above the 48,825. I don't know where it is right now. Like 47,000 is it right now? Okay.
47,800. Yeah.
Okay. So watch for that 48,825 high, guys. Any closes? I would like to see two closes above that price. That opens up to a move to the new all-time highs and probably higher. I think the target was that I saw was like 135,000
Yeah.
even.
Earlier
Yeah.
today, we went to 49,100. I mean, this was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we went there and we came down. I was like, okay, like this was going really nicely, and then we pulled back.
Yeah. I think what's my take on Bitcoin is to be uber bullish for Bitcoin is for bonds to fall, right? And if bonds fall, the Nasdaq low, whatever that happened on last week, if that fails, and I think for Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency market should no longer care, I think, and should probably take us to the highs, is the way kind of um, I see for a uber bullish case for Bitcoin. But if the 10-year note keeps falling and the yields keep going higher, and say if the Nasdaq fails and takes out last week's low, I think Bitcoin also will get the hammer to the downside. It's my kind of take. I'm not an expert in Bitcoin like E.O., but I think that's kind of my broad overview of what I'm thinking about, how I'm viewing the broader cryptocurrency market.
All right, so so here's what I'm thinking. I think a lot of bullish activity is going on, especially fundamentally for Bitcoin, and the ETFs got pushed to November. So I do expect October to go, will go up and test the, 60,000 plus levels. But before we do that, I think we may get flushed down one more time like this week, because big guys want to add more. I was reading that Morgan Stanley just doubled their Bitcoin positions, and they were giving all these negative, views on Bitcoin, and while at the same time they were doubling their positions. So it's a lot of bullish, activity from that perspective. So if you're hodling, keep hodling. Just don't do anything. Like I do expect a flush to, remove the weekends, and then we go to all-time highs at the, towards the second half of October. So we kind of have a little bit of on the shorter time frames, head and shoulder. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 47K flat, and then kind of bounce back from this level.
Okay. So I think the only problem that I have is the sentiment for Bitcoin, right? I mean, everyone in the YouTube sphere, if you take a look at them, everybody is talking Bitcoin to 100K, Bitcoin to 500,000, to the moon, whatever, right? So I know historically, I think Bitcoin has performed pretty well in the last quarter of the year. Is that correct,
Yeah,
right?
every 4 years or so.
Okay.
October, November is like the ballistic moves. So we need to check the fear and greed index for this event. Let me just double check where that is.
The only thing I'm taking a look at Bitcoin, guys, is look at the bond market via the technology weakness, tech sector weaknesses, and see how the reaction is last week. You'll see, keep an eye on those things, and that can reflect the price action in Bitcoin as well. So those are the couple of things I'm watching on Bitcoin.
So if you take a look at this, fear and greed is neutral, which I love.
Okay.
So we're in a good place. Well, that means, we're going to have some flushes probably to get people out, but the fact that we're neutral, we're not on all the way here. I expect the end of year we're going to be somewhere on here. So the fact that this is neutral is good. So I'm basically any flushes I am accumulating. My goal is to, perhaps cash out some Q4 and, take some profits then. And what's going on with ANQ, my friend? This is going down.
It's nothing crazy. I know it opened up and took out Friday's high and then back down. Do you want to cover my stuff here, or is it
Let's do that, and then we can
okay?
We can look at
Yeah.
it if we have time at the end.
All right, I'll keep this brief. Let me share my screen. I think last time I messed up. Let me see. Share the screen. All right, there you go. So you guys can see my October 3rd weekly game plan, kind of workflow unit. Okay, perfect, super. You can hear me too, I'm assuming. So, hey guys, I think there are a couple of folks joined as well. Welcome to another episode, guys. EO covered crypto pretty well. I think people should kind of go back and watch that, see where the price action for Bitcoin is going. What I'm going to do is, as usual for this week, I'm going to cover a few things on what I'm looking at. Typically, this is my kind of journal that I keep on a weekly basis to track a bunch of things for my own. So I'm trying to share that with the team here as well. So for Monday, I think the big event is the OPEC meetings. If you're trading crude and crude-related products, keep an eye on the OPEC meetings. That could create some volatility for the upcoming week. Tuesday, I think the market moving event could be ISM services PMI number. I think around 10 a.m. that should get moving event. And there are a bunch of FOMC members speaking for the upcoming week as well, like on Tuesday, Qualls, and then I think Bostic speaking on Wednesday, Williams speaking on Thursday. So again, it's the FOMC members speaking engagements galore next week as well. Similar to last week, we had Yellen and Powell testimony, and then a bunch of FOMC speakers. So keep an eye on these time and dates. I use forexfactory.com to kind of track them on a daily basis for before the open as part of my game plan for the day. So I take a look at that website to see what are the major events. I mean, with that said, I think the biggest event is going to be the Friday non-farm payroll. So keep a close watch on the events for the upcoming week. I think Wednesday we get a non-farm ADP report at 8:15 as well, 8:15 Eastern. So these are some of the things that I'm watching. So I guess keep an eye on that for any upcoming volatility for price action if you're trading any futures, euro or oil related products as well. So that said, let's jump to the NQ. Let me just go back to the NQ here. Before I look at the sentiment, I just want to give a quick overview of NQ. I mean, everybody saw the price action. I think I do remember saying last week that try to be as nimble as possible with a lot of stuff going on with China and all those things last week. You saw the price action, what happened. So hopefully you guys stayed out of the trouble with all this downside movement, unless you're short and captured some of the price movement last week. So where do I see next week, right? I mean, the simple thing that I was looking at a high level, you see this big wide range bar. So I was expecting this wide range bar, expected a measured move to the downside, but did not happen as of now. But I think if you go back and plot Fibonacci numbers, if you draw the 100% BCD kind of thing, somewhere around 14,432 to the downside is what I am expecting to come down. I mean, there's a big level here as well for 14,375, which is the voodoo tree line, which is this green horizontal line, right? So keep an eye on these numbers. So and see what kind of price action, I guess, what kind of reaction you get at these price levels, and play them accordingly. I think there's a good thing that I see on NQ is you see this Ready M Fire Pro. I think the Ready is fired. So I'm looking for some kind of signal here. to the upside, ready, aim, fire, like an magenta arrow to kind of trigger and see, and then we can kind of get long to a move back to the mean, I would say around 21 EMA or 20 EMA on this chart here. So that's where kind of I look at NQ. But I think the way you should look at NQ is if you go back and study, let me pull, give me one more second. I'll pull this chart that I look at, my other setup here with the 34 EMA and the wave and those kind of things. If you're not playing NQ, there are other relative outperformers you could kind of consider, which I want to share with the team here. If this pops up. All right. I know there are a lot of lines in here, but if you go back and read the lines here, right? I mean, it's bearish and the wave is sideways here, the yellow, which means it's sideways distribution. I still not fully bearish, right? Because I need to see two double red here, right? The 813.21 is bearish, but the wave 34 EMA is still sideways distribution chop. But so I don't see, where do you want to short if you want to short. So I don't have a place where you want to short at this point in time. But if it rallies up to somewhere around this 50-day moving average, maybe like 15,200 level, maybe a potential short. With that said, look for signals for on the buy side at these levels and go short at these levels at 15,200, right? So if you don't want to be trading NQ, guys, I think the best thing to look at is few other sectors, right? What QQQ, if you look at, what are the biggest sectors? XLC, right? XLC is consists of Facebook and Google. That looks like pretty bearish, so I would not entertain anything in the XLC sector. Another one is the XLK, which is more or less looks like QQQ, right? See, it's more or less because this is mostly Apple and Microsoft. If you look at XLY, another component of XLY, right? XLY is another component of NQ, which is Amazon and Tesla. This looks pretty good in terms of the overall ETF compared to XLK and XLC. And then you jump back, what is XLY, right? Amazon and Tesla. So Tesla is probably, when I went back and did my research, Tesla is double green, right? So if you look at this here, it's double green. So I would keep an eye on Tesla and see, we had pullbacks into the wave in here a couple of times. See if we get any pullback into this wave, which is the 34 EMA for me, around 750 level. Not sure if we'll get that, but that could be a potential another buy zone for the third time on Tesla. That's a relative outperformer, and that's how I play the market. I think we did get long Tesla last week. I think EO suggested some trade ideas. I'm still in it. I think they're reporting some vehicle sales over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to look at it. That could have a price reaction. But I think I'll stay generally bullish on Tesla until I get any bearish signal. So that's how I play NQ, guys. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys may have on NQ. With that said, I don't know if I took too much of time explaining that, but hopefully that kind of gives people an overview of how I'm looking at NQ. With that said, last week we looked at the index sentiment for NASDAQ.
How did that change?
Sorry, you?
Sentiment on, is this the sectors?
I'll come back to the sector sentiment, but this is the index sentiment for NASDAQ. We talked about the bearish signal from the sentiment standpoint, I think 2 weeks back. Look at where it's come. It's still not giving me a buy signal, so hopefully we get one more flush here, and we can kind of get some NQ based on the levels we discussed before. That's NQ for you guys. This is the S&P. This is perfect, right? I mean, you see where the sell zone was and the buy zone was, right? This acts pretty well, actually. If you can just play this game, sell here and buy here, you would kind of keep your P&L green over the years. But not every time you get the buy signals, right? If you go back and look at it, it's in the neutral territory here. So this is one of the sentiment. A lot of people watch different things like AAI readings and those kind of things. I keep an eye on this sentiment readings I share with you guys every week, and see if we can get another flush down, and maybe we kind of can jump into the long side if you guys are interested onto the long side. Let's look at the sector. One other thing. I think I want to kind of mention this to you guys. If you guys can see this, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the 1 standard deviation move for the upcoming week on the NQ. I'll share this link with you guys after the session, but look at the 1 standard deviation moves and some of the price levels for the upcoming week, the high and the lows that you want to keep an eye on. Just watch for the price action at these levels and to get long or short. So this is like 1 standard deviation move for the upcoming week. So on all the indices. I'll keep that short and sweet right there. But if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to address. Let's look at quickly the sector sentiment. I think this is looking pretty good if you are entertaining things to the long side. Look at XLB. You guys can see the screen, I'm assuming. It's at the buy zone here, yeah, right? XLB is in the buy zone.
When we look at my calendar, since October is very green, I want us to take a note of this sector sentiments that are like on the buy zone. It looks like a lot of things are on the buy zone.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where we need to marry up a couple of things, and we can probably hit the nail, figure out which one to trade and not to trade, right? So materials is a good buy zone. Biotech's been a buy. I guess it's in this territory where you could kind of entertain to the long side.
I might sell naked puts on BCRX again. If I see the premium, the later month is good because near term is not good.
Yeah. And look at healthcare too, right? I mean, I don't know BCRX falls under IBB or XLV or
IBB.
Yeah, okay. And look at XLV, which is like in a buy zone. I know Friday it rallied. Most of the stuff rallied, but this could be a potential nice buy as well. And the big thing I'm keeping an eye on is the semiconductors, which is the SMH and the XLK, right? The tech, to see if there's potential buy. It's already in the buy zone, so that could be one few sectors to watch. Look at XLU, guys. It's like overshot on the buy side. So look at if you're trading XLU, this is another thing to watch. What else do I want to comment on is the XLI again is just coming off this buy zone again here. So, but I think the biggest thing you should keep an eye on is the XLE, which is already kind of telling me to sell, which is in the sell zone for XLE, and I don't know where the XOP is also in the sell zone, which is the oil producers. So there are a bunch of things there on the energy sector with OPEC meetings. You could get some sell-off. I mean, I think oil is going up to 80 as far as some of the research reports I read. But let's see what the price action is. But it's a good thing to watch in terms of the sector if you're playing any of these sectors. So that's my take on some of the sector ETFs and the NQ and related sectors that we kind of went through. I'm happy to address any questions later here.
Okay. Take a look at the money calendar.
Let's do it, brother.
All right. So I was just copying the day-to-day. Okay, let's see. Analysis. So as you guys know, money calendar tracks the last 10 years of activity. And month of October looks really bullish. All green. We have a, if you look at, we kind of came from a September, which was like this, and we did feel this, right? This really hit us. September was an ugly month, and it reflects here the same way. Let's see if October comes through as well. With basically in Tom's tools, they track last 10 years of stock trading patterns, and then those repeatable ones are listed, and then we can look at the day-to-day results. So I'm posting these on the website so we can track of it. But let's look at Monday. There's one. LRCX is 100% always. We've been talking about that. TER, this is Teradyne, is on the list, Karthik.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Yeah. We have,
Is it part of semiconductors? I'm not really sure. So, on the Teradyne one.
Teradyne is storage, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, we can take a look at this. I'm making a note here.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. And let me see if anything interesting on the 90% ones. Royal Caribbean, is this Royal Caribbean? It's maybe, it's not good. Let's see. Oh, Caterpillar. We should look at Caterpillar. I would pick UNH, TER, and Caterpillar from this list. Actually, DE is there too, if you want. Let me see. Nope, I would
Could you maximize your money calendar? I think you have.
Let me do this. I'm just going to share that browser. Screen. How's it now?
Oh, super. That's perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
We can, there's Netflix. No. Again, I illuminate when I see a red year within the last 5, and this looks at the 10-year pattern. So this is not the best stock for money calendar trade. So we said DE, CAT, what else?
Teradyne.
Yeah. We can take a look at those. Let me do fifth. We have Anthem. I had a trade on Anthem, but it started moving against me, so I closed that. I think or a scratch, but I might get back in because squeezes are still there. Here, yeah, it's Teradyne again for Tuesday entry. So this is how Teradyne looks. This is not bad. So you have an increasing profitability over the last 10 years. You enter a trade October 5th, you exit. It's actually October 4th because it's also on Monday as well. And then you exit November 10th, and you would on average make $4 on the trade. You could make as much as $26. So it was 100% profitable trade. There's 1 year that's a slight small profit, but still data is there. Let's see. There's Disney here, 90%. And CAT here. Actually, I want to look at CAT. Oh, okay. We can eliminate CAT. Let's look at Disney. Disney might be okay. The last 5 years, so positive. So we could take a look at Disney, Karthik. This is a 90% accuracy. Let's go back to just quickly, just picking. If you see something, let me know that you're interested. But Wednesday, again, LRCX at the top. This is Costco, 90%. This looks good. Actually, within everything we looked at, this is probably the best looking. You know, last 8 years, all positive trading.
Yeah, Costco is always a buy beginning of the month from Larry Williams trade setups.
Okay.
Season.
We should take a look at Costco, definitely. Also, was in your index sentiments, was retail weak?
Let me take a look. Retail is in the neutral territory. Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Anything else you see here that you want to start off? These are low power meters, so let's skip. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to another one. But we'll grab Costco from that list. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Disney's here, Teradyne, Costco, Anthem. EA Sports. BlackRock. This is BlackRock, I think. All right, it's the same people. On the 8th. Is this Honeywell? No, doesn't look good.
Look at AZO, the AutoZone. Where did I see that?
Oh, no. All right. Okay. This is 90%. Yeah, it's except for training. We would skip it. Okay. All right. That was October 8th. Okay. That was the last day.
Does the earnings stuff start next week? No, probably week after that. I'm thinking. Yeah. I didn't scan my earnings stuff.
So we should definitely look at Amazon, because the time to think about something on Amazon is going to start probably not this week, but next week, week after that. So we should definitely evaluate on that. I just don't like the fact that we have a kind of head and shoulders set up on Amazon that looks pretty ugly.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So for my calendar, let's look at Costco. Let me share my screen, and then I'll turn it over to you for your views as well. I just want to look at Costco. On the daily, we have Black Diamond. Excellent.
Okay.
Cipher, money flow coming down, view up below zero, momentum rate coming down. So this needs a few days. Let me see if weekly looks ugly as well. Yeah, weekly looks ugly as well. So this is it's obviously bullish channel, but it looks like it's going to pull back. We need this weekly wave to complete. So I think that, I might wait for, let me see the 4 hours. Sometimes short term triggers the longer term buys. Yeah, 4 hour. If this turns this week, then we have a small red wave here for the money flow. This is about to give a buy signal later in the week.
Okay.
And the squeezes full turn. So we have to watch. I don't, it's not a clean setup that I would feel comfortable. Especially, I never go against market side for blood diamonds. Like this one was kind of sideways, but look at the last, the one before. I took all the way down here. So, like if you really have something like this experience, so you could have something like this happen here on Costco.
Wow, that's a big move down.
Yeah, that would be. In fact, that's 618, right? That's 618. Yeah, 618. Golden pocket, right here. That would be a great buy, right there. $402. So let's watch. What do you? Say?
Yeah, my take. I'll give you my take. I think we could. I think with the money calendar on our side, if you can see my screen in here. So this is what I would do, guys, on Costco. Larry Williams is bullish on Costco. I think start Monday or Tuesday, I think. So look at this trend, right? Like I'm in pretty bullish market. Right now, it's been hanging out for last month or so, or a little bit more than a month on the sideways distribution chart, which is my indicator is pointing to a sideways distribution chart. I would entertain if this price holds. What is this price around? Let's see here. Yeah, 442. Yeah, anywhere between like the lower part of the zone, 442 to 440 area. If we could buy here and probably flip it back around 450-ish, 10, 15. I think 455 is the mean here that I'm looking at. So 440 to 455 is kind of potentially could be it could kind of jump with a hammer signal on Friday. So if it takes out the high, I think it probably goes up to 455 on next week. Is the way.
The only difference is like we are dealing with a supply situation in retail, and it's different than normal seasonality. Like I was listening to Kathy Wood, and I agree with her.
Yeah.
That people bought lots of things during pandemic. They're no longer doing that. They, they instead of buying one or two of the same thing, they were buying tens of those things at the same time. That pressure is removed, and the retail has lots of supply, but not the same amount of purchasing happening. Like we may have a deeper pullback on the retail side. I don't know if that's true for Costco, but I think Costco might get impacted by that as well.
Yeah, every time I go to Costco, I see tons of cars parked in the parking lot, tons of people shopping. I think this tree line holds, looks like it's held a bunch of times in here, around 450. So I think would be a good buy, even for a day trade next week. Keep a short leash on the stop, and then kind of with the money calendar on our side and Larry Williams setup. I think I may look for a Costco setup next week. I think retail sector, like I think you asked that, it's in the sentiment wise, I think it's in neutral territory, but Costco is a relative outperformer. But
the daily squeeze doesn't look good either. The histogram is on to the negative. If that daily fires, it's been on squeeze for many days now. It's 80 to 30. You could have a big flush down and come back up. I think that.
Yeah, I do have a 4-hour squeeze, a 2-day squeeze as well. If we look at my indicators here, so maybe there's something, I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next one. Disney, did you say you like Disney?
Yeah. Take a look at Disney, and I'll look at it as well.
Okay, let me just. I don't know what to say on Disney. Look at this voodoo tree line to tree line here, guys. It's been back and forth. So buy here around 168 and sell around 186. I think that's kind of my take. The Ready Aim, I mean, it's not, the Ready Aim Fire Pro is not really in the oversold territory yet. So if we get price action to the 168 level, I think it's held pretty well here. Um, could be it's right in the middle right now, right? I mean, there's a lot of price overlaps here. I would buy 168, sell 186. That's my take on Disney. Yeah.
That's good. I have nothing to add. It's been on a range. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else did we have? I think we should look at Teradyne, and then I want to look at Fang.
All right, Teradyne is yeah, I'll just give me 1 second. Like I can give you my take on Teradyne, and then I would like to get your thoughts on Teradyne as well. All right, so it looks pretty interesting. These are my Keltner channels, 2.5 ATR. It's right below, right close to the 2.5 ATR. I think I like this to the long side if the money calendar supports. We do have an inside day broken to the downside back up on Friday. So if it takes out the high 110 level, I would kind of buy it right on Monday. If that's what money calendar supported. 110 is my level. I think I would. One thing I don't see is this Ready Aim Fire Pro not kind of signaling a fire to the buy side. I mean, yes, you see the double red and all those kind of things, but it's oversold. We could potentially get a reversal back to the mean, which is around 116. So there's like $6 in it. So that's my view on Teradyne. I like it for a potential reverting back to the mean kind of trade on Teradyne.
Yeah, Friday trade looks really good for Teradyne, but I think Teradyne is on the calendar earlier than Friday as well. I'm just going to save this. It's all green. I'm going to post it on the website. So let me share my screen. So we have squeezes on the daily fire to the downside, but it looks like it's almost done. So it's going to kind of consolidate at this level. We may have 1 or 2 more days of to the downside, but it looks like this is the momentum wave is turning and the money flow is red, but it's kind of making the curvature, which I like. And we have kind of like the VWAP coming to the 0 line, which is really good. So if you get a green dot like this, green dot here, at the worst case, you have a reversal run back up to the median. So you get like a 10-point move somewhere on here, which is good. The weekly looks terrible, but it looks like it's at the support. Yeah, it likes, obviously it ran up, consolidated in this range. Yeah, I mean, I think this level at 106, 105, 106 is support. 113 has a lot of support as well. Lots of wicks coming back up. So let's take a look at. Actually, Karthik, if you don't mind, let's take a look at Amazon.
Sure.
Teradyne tabs.
All right, Amazon. I'm looking at the daily chart here. Would I buy it here? No. I want to see some kind of a support hold around 3,200 level. And I think it looks like it held last time on the 3,200. So that's kind of the price zone that I would kind of look at. But I think I think this fire line could be an attractive zone, where the price could come down to around 3,110, 3110 level is the way. I still have that as my basis, but I'm not sure if we get there. With some of the patterns that I look at, I don't know if I'll be trading Amazon. But did you say Amazon on your money calendar, or?
No, Amazon is not on my calendar. I think
Okay.
starting not this week, but the following week, we may be at the vicinity of, earnings run up. That Amazon typically starts earnings run up earlier and before,
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before it tanks again, and then it goes up
Okay.
again. So I don't know if that'll happen, but I think that's why I was interested if you had perspectives on.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm pulling up another chart on the Fibonacci stuff that I'm looking at. Let me pull that in here on Amazon. I don't know. I need to study this. You're right. The head and shoulders in here, like shoulder. This is the left shoulder and the right shoulder. I need to see where the support zones are. I think around this 3150. Yeah, I need to come back to you on Amazon. I don't know if I can make sense of some of these numbers on this chart, but I think there may be some more downside if this price around 3,200 doesn't hold. I think we may see some more downside back to the 3,000 level. I mean, not sure if we'll get there. I think this was the fire line was the one that I was watching, the 3110 level, to entertain anything to the long side. But that's
so. If you look at like markets, we are just starting the money flow negative.
okay.
So, but the momentum wave is getting closer to oversold. It's going to turn. So we may, I just look at this. We may not perhaps break. Maybe we don't break this the neckline for the head and shoulders. Perhaps it bounces off from here. But if we break, Karthik, it looks pretty ugly.
What's the earnings date you're seeing on the calendar? Maybe.
I didn't read that. I thought it's more like November. But if we break here, we're looking at 2,800 target from the head and shoulders. But it has done head and shoulder type stuff earlier. It didn't break, So it's possible that this won't break, and we're just gonna bounce up this trend line. Let me see if I want to move that line too.
Yeah, I can't remember why they gapped it down like in mid-July sometime, right? Do you remember what was the catalyst for that? I can't.
I think it was the labor union stuff.
Okay, so that's a big gap down. So when they went back and filled most of the stuff, and I don't know. I mean, it's pretty challenging to read the chart. Is there better things to trade like Tesla? Yeah, maybe that may be a better.
Amazon is not ready for us.
Yeah,
we have to see a clear bounce from here. Then I might entertain. And I want to see this curvature to turn. Let's take a look at Tesla.
Yeah. What's your take on Tesla?
Tesla, this daily chart, right? So as you can see, every time it pulls back to this median. So where are we now? 774. Wow, we have a big space. This thing can come down to 755, 760. Actually, 764 is the Fibonacci line. So it already touched there. But you see it's like 1 to 2 bar, 1 to 4 bars. It pulls back to this median. We have squeezes. The momentum wave turning. Money flow is it's green, but the VWAP is crossing zero line. So this thing will come down. I think we may come down to 760. That will be a buy. So I have to see if this thing comes down. Yeah, it's not a perfect setup, so we have to wait.
Yeah, we may get some opportunity tomorrow with the sales number that they reported over the weekend.
What did the sales numbers look bad?
No, they beat the estimates. I don't know what if the estimate was was high enough, or I don't know what the price action will be, but they definitely beat the estimates when I read the information.
Actually, if we do it kind of like that. That covers a lot of the bricks.
The Barons said Tesla deliveries crushed expectations. I don't know what that means, but yeah. We may gap up. We may gap up on Monday, actually. So okay. You're still in the Tesla trade, right? Those butterfly and.
I have a butterfly, so it's low risk, high reward. I'm glad I didn't take a big position. It's like really a butterfly, very small, because it pulled back. Okay, this is the trend line. Kind of, we can probably. We'll see how it goes. Like, it comes down to 21 EMA. It bounces off. So we may have like 1 or 2 days of kind of coming down, and then we go do something like this, or something like this. So we do something like this. This will go up to 820 or so. I mean, it says, I think, when is the earnings? Earnings 27. So this will run up to earnings. Karthik?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I'd see a lot of price overlaps last 4 or 5 days. So I think we may get if we break out, I think there may be a trading here, actually. I think the move could be.
We get some sell the news, and then we can get in. We can add more. Because there's a potential this will run into earnings. So, I mean, it wasn't perfect before this earning. Like it pulled back. All right. So we'll have to just monitor. Like we may have a similar thing going on like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is why we're gonna have to monitor Market Cipher. Like before the earnings, the best entry, Market Cipher will give us the signal. Like same thing happened here. You would have caught this green dot here, although you wouldn't have made much. But you would have caught, if you had stayed, you would have caught this, but this might have hit your stop. Okay. All right. Do you want to look at Apple or any of the other FANG stocks? Actually, look at Facebook.
Which one? Facebook?
Yeah, that's the Facebook.
Yeah, XLC, it belongs to XLC. I'm not a fan of trading Facebook, but let me just, it's actually an interesting spot for a buy zone. Like you see where the price action has stopped going down, the 340 level. You can probably sell some puts in here, guys, right? This RAF is pretty oversold. I don't have any buy signal yet, but I think we could probably, if this holds, I think we'll probably get a good trade in here, actually.
So I'll take a look on Market Cipher. We have the big green dot and small green dot, the curvature, VWAP coming up. This is a buy on daily.
Super. Yeah. Okay.
4 hour confirms because you have a trigger wave buy on here. So it's gonna make a nice curve. Yeah. So this is not bad. So Facebook this week we can sell some puts.
I agree. Actually, I'm with you on Facebook.
So from tonight's exercise, I think so far the best is Facebook because we're potentially catching a reversal here. So I'll do probably something on Facebook. Maybe good to sell put down here something for the later months. Although it's coming.
The earnings is end of the month, October 27th. So
Facebook, it says November 3rd, but yeah.
toss
Okay.
is a
So
question
we'll have
mark.
to pay attention to IV related situations. So I'm gonna just quickly look at SPY.
Yeah.
We
Sure.
covered kind of major market internals, but let me look at SPY before we wrap up at 10 o'clock. So yeah, we definitely broke down the trend line. So this thing is reversing at least on the daily chart, our long-term bullish trend we broke down because this was a clear support where we were bouncing off, and we're now underneath it, and we're making this M pattern, and that's not good, guys, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, we're making this. Yeah, it looks a little ugly. I mean, we're doing this. You kind of. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we need to see the reaction, but if we break this, I mean, it's not it's a head and shoulders pattern right here. Yeah. Wow, it looks ugly. So I would be careful in the market. So if you have something like this, if we break this down, yeah, the target is pretty bad. We may go visit like 420s. That's pretty ugly, Karthik. And market cipher, if you see the green money flow coming down, and we're making bigger, like this wave is looking like it's going to be a bigger wave, that's bad too. So we'll have to really see a serious bounce from here to break this potential flush. So it's really looking like this area.
Yeah, it's it's interesting where it could go, right? With the money calendar to the long side, October, November, and the charts from a technical perspective. I think the way I'm playing, at least. Yeah, I think we should be nimble. I think, and that's why
cash is still good in the meantime.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah.
I think I'm going to continue doing just day trading NDX, to be honest, and not do any big stock position for long.
Yeah, I think with your AI and the MC stuff, the strategy. I think with some rules that you are playing, I think we should just play that game. I think we have a lot of opportunities there just to keep it to a day trade and play those NDX.
I think volatility will continue. That's the issue. If you look at US dollar. Yeah, I mean, look at this weekly chart, man. We're clearly breaking out in US dollar. There's no way stocks will do fine.
Yeah, I shared a seasonality chart. Maybe last week, the Goldman seasonality chart. I can't remember. I think. See if I can pull it up here and see. Okay, there you go. Let's see this one. Let me show you guys this my screen in here. Give me one sec. All right. So this is the golden seasonality chart. Forget this red line. I think this was like I pulled in a couple of weeks back, but you see the downturn in here in October. Like this is the October. Shoot.
Yeah.
It is the October line if I'm drawing this right. So I think you still see some downside coming through the first few weeks. And I guess still, I think there's some downturn in through October, and November is when I think we kind of go up. We still look for the long side, I think, but we see some consolidation here in October from a price action standpoint, both on SPX and NDX. I think just be cautious, guys, about this this month, basically. You know.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, let's continue to be, I guess, quick trades in and out. Try to grab profits wherever we can. No, at least for me, no long-term trades at this point. I'm a big swing trader, but I'm actually stopping myself from over trading anything. Like I'm gonna keep it all cash and day trading these days, in and out, until this volatility kind of settles and we kind of know where we're going.
Super. That's like a great game plan for the upcoming week.
Yeah, Karthik, thank you so much. I actually have to run 10 o'clock. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, and I think we're gonna still have to be on a cautious note this week. Guys, let's make sure the game comes to us, and we're trading as it comes to us, and we're not trying to force ourselves into trades. I think this is not that kind of market where momentum is not on our side at this point. They're playing with volatility against us, and the market makers are pretty good during these times to take our money. So with that, I wish everybody great success this week.
Great. Thanks, E.O. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week, everybody, and have a profitable week. Take care.
Take care. Have a great week.
Bye.